one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Savage Sports Podcast. I have on one of the up-and-coming women's players in today's Texas racquetball singles, Shane Díaz. Shane, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, Tony. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Feeling a little bit cooped up because of the virus stuff, but I'm sure everybody's feeling that right now.
Exactly.
So first, we'll start off with the coronavirus, since that's going to be number one on everybody's mind. You got to get it. I'm going to get it out of the way so we can move on to the important stuff. So, what is something that you've done because you're in lockdown mode, or that you're getting to do that you wouldn't normally do because you don't have the time or just didn't think about doing it before?
Good question, actually. I got into a moment where I kind of realized that I've been focusing way too much on racquetball, mainly on that and improving. That I have, since I'm a pretty spiritual person, I kind of gotten off from my routine towards God, reading the Bible, understanding what He wants from me. So I feel like that's one of the major things I found out that I've been kind of off lately. But now that I have more time in my hands to focus on that, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think you and Zach would get along pretty well. He could probably teach you some things right there. He's pretty strong in his faith, I believe.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. If you look at him, last week's interview was with Zach Williams from Houston. He's a brand new pro this year, I think.
Yeah.
And so
I've heard of him. He's a pretty good player.
I think he said he just won his first Open division at Tornado Alley.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he just took out the number 4, and he's number 4 now in Texas.
Dang, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him play a couple of times, and it's amazing how he's improving pretty quickly because I know he's putting in the work.
Well, I mean, I've seen you play a couple of times, and right now I'm 0-3 against you, and so I know you're getting better all the time as well.
Yeah, slowly, but hopefully I get to that point.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll go a little bit out of order. So speaking of improvements, so you've had how many tournaments did you end up doing last year?
Last year, I'm gonna say about 7 tournaments, 7 to 10 tournaments.
7 to 10?
I think. Yeah.
Okay. And you went to junior high school nationals, right?
Yeah. This past month I have. Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about that? How that experience went? Was this your first time going?
This is actually my second time going. Last year I went. It was hosted in Missouri. I had a pretty fun time. This year they hosted it in Portland. It was my second time going to Portland since last year for Junior Nationals. They hosted it over there. So, I mean, this year was sort of like we already knew what was going on kind of thing. But, I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I got to see my friends again, meet new people, also play new people, too. I really liked it. I liked the environment. I also like how it's kind of like a calling for all of the racquetball players who want to grow, make their sport grow. There's a lot of beginners, like different high schools. They have a wide variety of players, like from any division or level. So it's pretty amazing. I really like it.
Yeah, and that's going to be a great stepping stone for you to go into the college nationals in I think a year. Right?
Mhm.
Because this year is gone for high school basically, so you have one more. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have one more for high school.
or 1.5 if you still count this as part of the year.
Yeah.
Which are they letting you guys have? Are they doing classes from home or for your high school?
Yeah. So far, we're doing homeschool kind of. They made us download Skype and just FaceTime my teachers and get assignments done, homework done, catch up.
Yeah, they're just doing it however they can. Yeah, it's really great how everybody is adapting to whatever situation is happening right now, because everything is all over the place. But school. I always remember school is kind of a really good consistency. So even if you're doing it at home, wouldn't you say it's pretty nice to have a little bit of consistency again?
Yeah. I actually find it kind of difficult since, like, there's not much of a motivation because, not everybody's doing school. It's like, how in school you're, okay, I have to do this because everyone's doing it. I have to do it because the teacher said so. But, like, here it's not, you don't have somebody to pace or like a pace card, somebody to tell you what to do and stuff. You need to have self kind of awareness that, I have to do this or else, I don't know, put a fail.
That's right. Yeah, for me, I took Penn State after I didn't finish at UT. I finished one of my degrees at Penn State online, and so it was a very big change. Was doing 5 or 6 classes online at a time, and so you really really have to be very disciplined to get all those assignments done in time.
Exactly.
Yes. And if you're not used to the discipline, if you're used to like being able to do your homework in lunch, do your homework in an easy class, stuff like that, I'm sure you understand being one of the smarter kids.
Sometimes.
So, yes, well, smart in comparison to the whole, not smart in comparison to a few.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's very good. So, moving on a little bit, you have some great coaches. Since we have a large Spanish audience, I want you to brag a little bit and talk a little bit about your coaches in Spanish, and then a little bit of summary in English.
Okay. Okay, I'll let you know when I'm done. So you want me to say it in Spanish, right?
If you know any Spanish.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll say. Durante mi carrera en racket, los entrenadores que he considerado que han sido personas que se dedican a instruir y a ayudarme a mejorar es Thomas Evans, George Bustos y Brennan Jennings. Y pues claro que además de ellos he tenido otras personas detrás de mí ayudándome, los que me ayudaron a empezar, a mejorar, a amar el deporte y encontrar lo que en realidad tiene para mí. Y algunas personas que me han ayudado en el principio era Rick Morgan, Stanley Gallup, Carlos Farias, y otras personas atrás también que están ahí ayudándome de maneras, y también tengo la suerte de tener a María René, a una de las profesionales del LPRT, y que me ha motivado a seguir adelante y poder saber que hay más que nos ofrece el racquetball. Now do you want me to like summarize it in English?
I think I got it.
Okay, good.
And
good.
also Maria wanted to give you some props. She said she's been training with you as well. She wanted to tell you how good you were doing. I got to talk with her at Jody's tournament. She said you're improving.
Yep.
You know which Maria I'm talking about, right?
Maria Renee or
Maria Renee, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been practicing with us lately. She's been also kind of coaching me in some occasions when George doesn't have the words. I don't know. George doesn't have what to say. Maria Renee's there. You know, she has like the other perspective of how to teach, or other perspective that George doesn't have.
Right, because he can only give you the perspective of a guy, and it's going to be a very slight bit different for women.
I guess, but I mean, like, there's small details that George might not see that Renee sees, and it's the same thing with Brennan and other coaches that have been right next to me teaching me. They have all focused on different little things. Like, for example, Thomas focuses on the technique. That's how I started off with him. With Brennan, he focused on my mental strategy, how to plan my games for every match. And then George, of course, he's been focusing a lot on my mindset and how to improve that and become stronger in tough situations. So.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
So you're looking to get on the LPRT tour, is that correct?
Yeah, that's something that I really want to focus into, my goal.
Okay. Yeah, what is your goal to reach your first LPRT tour event?
I guess for my first one is able to play one of the top players is one of my goals, and at least give them a good game, maybe even win. That'd be great. But yeah, that's my main.
I mean,
goal.
do you have a day set out that you're working towards?
As in, like, okay, I guess be number one, beat Paola, or something. I mean, I know every girl out there has the same aim and same goal, but I guess it just can't be just a dream. You have to stick to it and do it, you know?
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I got someone on who's got a little bit of taste of that. Next week, Jessica Perea is coming on next week, who's been number 2 and I think has taken a match or two off of Paola before.
Yeah, she's been playing pretty good, especially that she just came back from the Exatlón from Mexico, and I know she hasn't been feeling as much when she came back, but right now I know she's putting in the work. She's trying to catch up with all the players and where she left off with.
Yeah, she was playing pretty good in that last tournament. And so yeah, based on my guess, I'm saying you're probably going to be ready for your first LPRT matches, depending on how soon we get out of this, within like 18 months.
Yeah, about.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Because your progress, I think, if I'm correct, you played a few open level tournaments in women's division.
Yes.
And made it to the second or third round.
Yeah. This past tournament, the Longhorn Open, I made it to the semifinals actually with Renee, and she beat me, and she moved on to the finals. But it was a good experience. I really liked it.
And Renee's on a really good clip right now, winning the Longhorn, and she's just crushing it right now. I remember watching her and Sandy play doubles against the men at Jody's tournament.
Oh yeah, I heard about it. It's pretty good.
And yeah, they almost took those matches. It was really, really close.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, especially they played against Justice Benson, right?
They played against Justice and Jody. So Jody is one of the best.
Yeah,
Jody's one of the best doubles players in the state.
Yeah, I agree with you. He's pretty good. And then Justice, he's part of the IRT, if I'm correct. I know he's also a good player, and he likes to put in the work too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, he said he'll come on later this year, so we'll get to hear from him pretty soon. So here's a good question for you. You get to travel a lot now because of racquetball. What was your favorite place to travel last year? And tell us about something that you got to do outside of racquetball that was really fun.
Okay, last year, and also this year, but last year I got to visit Portland, Oregon. I think that's one of my favorite places. I really like the environment. The people there are very nice. It's very green. It's not, the air is not filthy like here in the city, you know, but I really liked it. What was the other question?
Oh, and tell us something you got to do outside of racquetball, a cool place you got to visit in that city?
Okay,
or in one of the cities that you went to?
Okay, we went to Florida, actually, and it wasn't racquetball related, but we went and stopped by Universal Studios, and I really liked it. It was fun. It was a good family time to spend. I really liked how they made it in reality. Based on the movies, like, you feel for the movie, you know, you remember you saw this movie, but not in the movie, you know, it's pretty amazing. I really like it.
Absolutely. What was your favorite ride over there?
I like the Mummy Returns. That one was pretty cool.
I think my favorite was probably The Simpsons.
Oh, really? Yeah, that one's pretty funny too.
I think it's a 4D ride. Yeah, that one was pretty fun.
Yeah, it's a simulator. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I really liked it.
Okay, so here's another good question for you. If you could pick anybody to play a match with that's on the LPRT right now or in the past, if you could play tomorrow, who would you pick and why?
I would play.
Say it's your future pro self playing this person.
Okay. I would play with Adrian Haynes, since I played her last year, I think, for the Battle of the Alamo. I gave her a pretty good game. I really enjoyed playing with her. I liked her style. I really want to play her, and just to feel for it, and, you know, just prove to her that I've been working hard.
Grudge match. Adrian Haynes, Shane's calling you out. Grudge match this year. Okay? I'll message her and tell her.
Alright. Let me know what she says.
Yeah, I'm sure, like, we could arrange that somehow. I'm not sure how that works, but I seem to be getting a hold of most people.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And then I know Adrian is really nice, and she really likes to give back to the community.
Absolutely. So to wrap up, I'll give you one or two more questions, and then we'll stop from there. So if you could change one or two things that are currently happening right now in racquetball, what are one or two things that you think is going wrong, and how would you change that?
I think currently, or like the past few times I've played in racquetball, because since I haven't been to the gym lately, so.
No, like, not currently. Obviously, we're all crying together. Nobody can play racquetball.
Yes.
So my heart is crying. You know, we're all crying in solidarity together, except for those of us who have a really good outdoor court.
Right.
And for indoor player, that is still not the same.
I have a few, something that I just feel is a little bit off is when USA Racquetball announced the Junior Nationals, and I would just think Junior Nationals and the national singles, I feel like they announced it a little too early. That's just my opinion, but I just think they did. Maybe if they waited a few more, a few more days, weeks, maybe a month, it would probably I feel like it'd get better.
Oh, for canceling the junior nationals?
Yes.
Okay, when were the junior nationals supposed to be?
I think it was supposed to be around June 27th.
They canceled the
I know
June
it's like,
27th tournament?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that does sound a little preemptive. I get all the April
Yeah.
tournaments and the beginning of May, but June
Yeah.
June we might be back at full steam.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I would have waited till April to call that one off. Just tell everybody don't
Mhm.
pay until we make a final decision.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. That's something I was kind of in disagreement with, but it was their decision. So.
Yeah, well, one of the great benefits of being locked up right now is that I'm getting to talk to everybody early, and we're getting to do the podcast. Unfortunately, we have this situation, but you know, got to make the best of whatever situation you have. Um,
Yeah.
and so, last question: what are you doing that's unconventional training since you're home? Are you lifting bags of mulch? Are you doing lots of push-ups?
I'm currently, right now, me and my team, George, Renee, Bill, and all of us, we're sending kind of videos, Bill's ideas, creative ideas of how we should work on our cardio, our resistance training, stuff like that. But right now, what I'm doing is usually just running and doing our drills that were sent. And I guess, yeah, just pick up stuff, objects that are kind of heavy compared to what I used to lift at the gym. That's sort of what I've been doing. So, yeah, or sometimes go on the bike and just do an hour of that or stuff like that.
Right, because normally you're at the gym 2 to 3 hours or 2 to 3 hours a day, and then on the court 2 hours a day at least, probably.
Yeah, I usually work out Tuesdays and Thursdays for at least 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, and then on the court 2 to 3 hours again, and then on Saturdays and Sundays it's more than 3 hours. It's around 4.
Yeah, so I'm sure all of us are in solidarity. We're all missing the gym. We're all missing racquetball courts, and we can't wait to get back on the court. I know I can't wait to get back on the court.
Yep, agreed.
I was really disappointed that we're not going to get to play the Alamo this year.
Yep.
Because that one brings in so many cool people to meet, and so
Yeah, I know.
I'll only get to meet a very small portion of the LPRT when we do the Vegas tournament.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool when they come over. You get to also play with them. I mean, some of them, especially if you're a girl, but I mean, it's a good experience when they come over. You get to meet them, you get to know more about them, and then how their career has been throughout to this point. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you got to meet some of the players in the past at the Alamo. Well, it's really nice for you that San Antonio is your home base, so that makes it so much easier.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to travel here and there.
Yes, you have a great support cast.
I agree with you.
Yeah. So why don't we go ahead? Do you have any sponsors you want to thank? Any people? People you want to thank again? And how can people reach you on social media?
Yeah, of course. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Splathead, Joe Hall. Thank you. Thank you for being behind me, being there for me, giving me clothes, supporting me economically and emotionally. I want to thank my village right now here in San Antonio. They've been supporting me. A few other people who've been supporting me, Liz Molina, Jose Puente, Pat Lynch, Sandy Rios, big, huge shout out for her because she's been sort of my mom whenever my parents aren't able to come to my tournaments. She's been behind me all this time. I really love her. I thank her for it. I also want to thank my coaches, helping me out improve. Renee for taking the time and effort to teach me sometimes, and also for being a great example to me. Other players there too, Sam Hojak, Tyler, for playing with me, even though I'm not as good as them. I know they take the time to help me and get better. So, yeah.
Well, pretty soon you might be taking out some men's prizes if you keep working the way you are.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. There's no doubt in my mind that you can do it. You just got to take away that word "hopefully," and then you'll be there eventually.
I will.
That's right. Take some money away from the men when you can. When you can.
Yeah, when I can.
When you can. I think all the women enjoy doing that when they can.
Yep.
Yeah, it puts a smile on my face and a good chuckle, and kind of a smirk. So, anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
I think that's pretty good. I also want to thank my family, my parents. If they're listening to this podcast, I want to thank them for their support emotionally, for my dad, for my mom, and also for my siblings, because I know they put the effort whenever there's tournaments. They put the effort to bring me water, have enough snacks and stuff. So I really want to thank my family for that.
That's great. Well, thanks for coming on today, Shane. I look forward to having you again.
No, thank you.
I look forward to having you again next semester, hopefully